Good morning, students. Today we are going to study the first chapter, A Letter to God. It is a story about a farmer by the name of Lencho. He writes a letter to God. Now you might think, writing a letter to God? How come? Yes, that is basically his faith in God the Almighty. And you know, faith can move mountains. And this chapter is basically that faith of Lencho, which propels him to write a letter to God due to certain circumstances. The story is like this. Lancho lives in a valley on top of a hill, and he was just standing outside his house overlooking the valley, beautiful scenery. He had cornfield and he had sown corn, and now he was waiting for rains to come so that his field would be filled with water and he would have a bumper crop. He was standing and he told his wife that now it will shower. Just one shower is needed or a downpour, and our field will yield us a bountiful crop. Then his children were playing out. Bigger ones were working in the field. His mother called out for them for their meal. When they came inside and were having their meal, it started to rain. Lencho ran out of his house just to experience the first raindrops on himself, just like we all do. In the first rains, we all go out and have a nice bath. Lencho also enjoyed that bath, and the drops of water which were falling, the bigger ones he compared with 10 cents, the smaller ones he compared with 5 cents. 10 paise big drops, 5 paise small drops. He was very happy. It was nicely raining. This is what was needed for his fields. But then suddenly, these raindrops turned into hailstones. And suddenly, he started to compare those hailstones, which are those ice cubes, they fall from the sky instead of droplets of water. And he compared these hailstones with silver coins. But it suddenly started to get bad. Rancho also realized, he himself told, now it is getting bad. They should stop, but it did not stop. The hailstones fell down non-stop for nearly an hour. After an hour, when he came out in the center of his field, everything was ruined. All the leaves of the trees had fallen down, or they were destroyed. The whole crop was damaged. Lancho became sad. He told that even a locust attack would have been better than this, because his whole crop got ruined. Sitting at his home the whole night while he was asleep, he did not get a proper sleep. He thought, we are going to go hungry this year. But then suddenly he realized, no man dies of hunger, people say so. And Lancho thought that God always gives to his children. The next Sunday, he thought of writing a letter to a God. Lancho was like an ox working in the field, but he knew to read and write. So he wrote a letter to God, in which he had written that due to the hailstones, my full standing crop got destroyed, and I need 100 pesos. Pesos is Mexico money, just like we have rupee, Mexico has pesos. He needed 100 pesos again to sow his field so that he could get a proper crop. Otherwise, this full year they would struggle for food. He wrote a letter, went to the post office and posted it in the letterbox. The postman, since it was a small village, used to help in the post office work after delivering the letters. He took out a letter and suddenly he realized Lencho had addressed it to God. Only God was written there. He came to the postmaster, laughing heartily that somebody had written a letter to God. Even the postmaster was surprised. And then the postmaster opened and read out the contents of the letter. Suddenly he spoke one sentence: "What faith!" He realized that the man writing this letter had immense faith in God. So he thought of doing charitable work. He called all his office staff members and thought of helping out this person. He did not want that the person who had written this letter, his faith in God, be shaken. So he told everybody to help, to collect the money. They could not collect the full amount. They collected a little bit more than half the amount. So they put it in the cover. Next Sunday, Lencho came again to the post office asking if any letter had come for him. Postmaster himself handed him over the letter. Lencho was very happy. When he opened and counted the amount which was inside the cover, it came to 70 pesos. Lencho was surprised and even angry. He thought God never makes mistakes. Then how come this amount is less? Because he was 100% sure God never makes mistakes. So he again took a pen and ink and started to write a letter. This time when he wrote a letter to God, he said, "God, I need the full amount which I had told you, and you haven't sent me the full amount. So please send me the remainder of the amount." And he also wrote that please don't send it via post office. Why? Because the people in the post office are a bunch of crooks. Crooks means thieves. He said that they are thieves, so don't send it by them. And he posted it and put it in the mailbox. As he went away, the postmaster himself went and removed the letter from the mailbox. When he was reading the letter, he was shocked what he read inside. He had done an act of charity, but what did he get in return? Nothing. In fact, Lancho had told them to be a bunch of thieves, though Lancho never knew that it was the post office people who had helped him. But then, unfortunately, he went to do good and it misfired on him because of what Lancho wrote in his letter.